What's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. It's another Real Ram Thoughts. Remember that time when I was talking to you all and I used examples from Dr. Umar Johnson, and we had some conversation about it. Well, today I want to again talk about things that are about more than the person whose name is being dropped. So my son attended the Druski Coulda Been Records auditions here in DC, and there were some things that took place there. My question would be, like, what does all of that, or some of that, I'm not gonna say all, a lot of that have to do with coming and trying out for him? He is indeed a comedian. A lot of what he does have a lot of foolishness to it. Now, foolishness is quite different than the viral video of the girl deep throating the dildo. What does that have to do with anything in his show? Well, sometimes when you're watching his show, you can see that is kind of what he is looking for. That's who he lets through. At least on the edits, that's what he is letting through. Now, this is not about Druski. I want to make that clear. This is not about him. My message still is about how we as a people and community make things go viral and what we give our attention to. If we are trying to uplift ourselves in our community, if we continue to try to compare ourselves, even though there's this thing called intersection, because we are more than one thing, but the black community, when we get upset about things, we want to compare ourselves to the Asian community, the LGBTQ community, and of course to those from the white culture. If this is what we want to do, then when do we hold actions and people accountable for things? In the Druski example, he seems to be very well aware of things that are happening, of course, in front of him at the auditions, but also outside at the auditions. Can he control that? No. Everybody's responsible for their own actions. But when he hears about it, somebody can go outside. He can tell the security to go outside and go do their best to go stop certain things from happening. Now, I'm not there. So do I know for a fact that he has not done that? No, I do not know that. But at least what makes it on TV does not show that that is the action that he takes. So let's talk about, I heard another comedian say that we as a people, we just give away our blackness, right? We don't have many standards. And if you can go find the clip, it was Ali Sadiq. He said that we gave Bill Clinton that black card. He got the black card simply because he could play the saxophone, he smoked weed, and I think it was like because he walked with a swag. I forgot what that third part was. But that's true, because everybody was like, he's the first black president. What are your standards and what makes you black? When people do things, everybody want to be like, we want to adopt that person into the black community. What makes one black? Black is a culture, but we should have standards. What are our standards? And then when someone tries to hold you to standards and hold you accountable, we want to get upset. So, like a Monique, because Monique said a long time ago to stop coming outside in house shoes, a hair bonnet, and pajamas, everybody was all upset and in an uproar. Well, not everybody, but majority of people. So because you don't like the messenger, does that mean that the message is no good? While on the flip side, right, whatever Cat Williams said, because I admit I didn't see it, whatever Cat Williams said at Kevin Hart's roast, some people were upset about that. But not enough people were upset about the things that the racist guy said at his roast. This same guy is out here making jokes and saying George Floyd's name in the joke. And then people are defending him and saying he's a comedian, it's jokes. And people includes Kevin Hart himself. Did not Cat Williams and Monique say that certain individuals, once you go Hollywood, there are certain things that you got to say and do in order to make your money? I'm not saying one way or another. I am asking questions for you to think about and consider, right? There's plenty of stories about Kevin Hart having a good heart and doing the right thing. But in this situation, holding him accountable for something that someone did at his show, I believe a lot more people should have held his feet to the fire, because this dude has made so many racist things, and you come out and say that it's just comedy. He knew what the assignment was. A roast is about you yourself. He set his limitations and said that he can't talk about his kids, but we can talk about the black community. So again, overall, it's about us, each individual, and then collectively. If you hold your own self accountable for what you do, or someone else tries to hold you accountable for what you do, what then does that mean for us? And if the message comes from someone whom you think is not worthy, like an Umar Johnson, a Monique, does that mean that the message is no good? Because we can't have our everyday citizens out here knowing full well that they are on camera, out here doing things just to make a buck, just to go viral. That is very disappointing. It was so many people, and I'm sure it's like that at all of the auditions, right? It's just I happen to live in DC, so that had a little more impact. But yeah, so that's the question that I'm posing, and y'all please drop me a comment. Let me know. Let's talk about it, because accountability is very important. Y'all enjoy your weekend.